right. Let's see. We have a tweet. We got the Chappelle special. Vinny Tortorich is coming in. I was saying to you guys, so Joe Walsh, who's a congressman, I guess.
Was.
Yeah,
running for president.
Supposedly. Yeah, on the Republican side.
Yes, against Trump.
When I say supposedly, I mean he wants to, and will he get on the ballot? Who knows? Primary challenger.
So he was doing this thing, and he's going to run for president. I was like, okay. And then I saw his campaign ad, and I don't know if we have it or it's just a written thing or
it's
a tweet,
but
you can read it.
Yeah, it says, friends, I'm in. We can't take 4 more years of Donald Trump, and that's why I'm running for president. It won't be easy, but bravery is never easy. But together we can do it. Join me. Join us. Go to joewalsh.org. Let's show the world we're ready to be brave.
So, I have the hook words for the centuries we're in, which is, if you go back to the 50s, it was all rocket this and space that, supersonic. Because we were getting into the jet age. We were starting to look. The 60s was more supersonic, rocket,
space age.
Cars started looking like rocket ships. You'd buy a baseball mitt, it'd be the rocket glove, like everything had a rocket or something on it. Then we got into the 70s and 80s. The 70s were space at the beginning, and we started getting into 80s. We started getting into turbo. Everything was turbo. There was like turbo cologne, and cars start coming out with turbos on. They're going to turbocharge your life, your sex life, and blah blah blah.
I remember when Pepsi and Coke came out with their cherry. It wasn't cherry, it was wild cherry.
Yes.
Mach 3 lasers.
Yeah. There's a lot of Mach. There's a lot of turbo, a lot of Mach, and then we got into stealth. Stealth was a big deal. There was stealth movies. There's a movie just called like Stealth. It was like Stealth. There'd be like colognes and movies and stealth, and people start working it into their conversation. There was a Dodge had a car called the Stealth. Like I don't know why it was the Stealth. It was the Stealth because that's where because in the 60s, Dodge was making a car called the Rocketeer, and now they're making the Stealth because these are the buzzwords of the time. All the bravery, now we've turned full fucking puss. Like we are full fucking puss now because it was all turbo, rocket, stealth, supercharge, and Mach 3 and all that shit. And now it's all just about hero and brave.
Don't forget about around the same time, Mach 3 in the 90s, extreme. Everything was extreme. Yes. And funny, I hadn't thought of it till you brought up the car thing. I am convinced that the reason Ford had the Explorer and Expedition and Excursion was because it was kind of an extreme, it was
the
hot.
Nissan Xterra.
It was in the zeitgeist.
Yeah, and they do.
I mean, of course, they mean SUV things, but they could have called it anything.
Extreme stealth. But anyway, we're all away from all the stealth and the rockets and the technology and the turbos, and we're all into full puss mode now with a bunch of good vibes. Now it's all vibes. Good vibes.
Positive.
Brave.
Yes.
Brave. Everyone's a fucking hero. You're not a hero if you're running for president. We all need to be brave now. What is the brave? I've been hearing this brave part for 5 years uninterrupted. I have no fucking idea what anyone is talking about. What's going on? Who are we standing up to? We in Tiananmen Square and there's a tank rolling down? Are we all part of the French resistance? Or we all just go to our fucking juice joint and suck some kale up and go home and beat off and fucking take a nap? Who's in brave mode? As far as I can tell, everyone's turned into colossal pussy. What would we just up? Are we in wartime? Is this Red Dawn? Are we the Wolverines? Like, are we going into town?
Avenge me!
What's happening?
Have we ever been less brave?
I know everyone wants to be brave, but what's going on that we need to be brave?
Yeah.
We're going to fight for this. We're going to fight. Alyssa Milano's a fucking hero. And she's fighting for everybody. She's
stealth.
Can we get back to Turbo and Spuds McKenzie and Call it Goddamn Life? Jesus. But here's what I'm saying. This fucking guy's 55 years old. When did he sprout a pussy? When did we all buy into this shit? Why does he think this? Obviously, he's just saying it because everyone is just saying it, but Is that what you want out of a politician? Like, I'm just going to echo what everyone else is saying. Like, if this guy was running against whomever in the 80s, he'd be like, we got to turbocharge my candidacy, and we're going to slide in like a stealth fighter, and then we're going to extremely run this country to the max.
X. No fear.
That's right. That's what he would be saying. But now we're all going to be brave. All I'm saying is, hey, retarded people, who's buying in? Who's in? You in? Were you in on the turbo? Were you in on the stealth? Were you in on the rocket? Were you in on the space age?
Yeah.
Futuristic. The 50s was all Futurama, futuristic.
Yep.
This is the kitchen of the future. To show the kitchen of the future. Who buys? Who's buying? Who's biting on all of this all the time? I get it. They're selling.
Probably a lot of people. Yeah.
Why are we buying? Why are we constantly buying? Are we that malleable?
That is a great question for Christy Bishop, who probably works is probably in on these meetings where these these quote unquote trigger words are important.
She develops them all.
Yeah.
Are people's minds that fucking pliable and soft? I guess they are.
Well, maybe Matt Richtel can take a deep dive into this, but I think I may have found the exact moment in the 90s when we went from extreme to puss.
Extreme.
The unaptly named Extreme.
Well done, Bryan. If you only...
This band was named Extreme.
Nuno Betancourt.
Is this on the Mount Rushmore of Tool tunes?
It's a high-quality Tool tune.
It planted the flag.
Because you're never turning this off.
No.
You're certainly rolling those windows up pretty fast, right?
And don't forget their follow-up hit, Hole in Your Heart. Hole in My Heart.
We all forgot that. This band was called Extreme.
This guy was going to be the lead singer for Van Halen for 10 minutes?
What?
Oh, Gary Sharon?
He was going to be the lead singer for Van Halen for 10 minutes. I don't know that it ever took off.
Known for his work for Extreme, but in his short stint as the lead vocalist of Van Halen.
Yeah. Oh, he did one album. And one on tour, I guess, right? I guess. All right. Jesus. All right.
This is Joe Walsh's rally song.
Let me hit Med Men and we'll bring Vinny in here. Have you discovered...